All right, y'all. So I'm Nicky Says You Only Live Once with MIA Magazine, and I'm here with the executive producer for Freedom Hair, Melony Armstrong, and playing the role of Melony is Simona Brown. How are you doing at the 28th ABFF? How's it going?
It's going fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, really enjoying it.
Did the weather like hinder or get in the way of travel plans or anything?
Well, actually, I was supposed to be here Thursday, and my flight got canceled, but I made it on Friday.
And now you're here. Perfect,
yes.
perfect, yeah. So now Freedom Hair, is it based on true events?
Freedom Hair is based on true events. So it's my story. It chronicles my legislative fight with the state of Mississippi to earn the right, believe it or not, to braid hair, right? And so I decided that braiding hair is what I wanted to do professionally. I thought it was as simple as going to learn how to braid because I did not know how to braid. So once I learned how to braid, I thought it was just going to be easy breezy from there. But no, that was not the case at all. And so I came up against the state of Mississippi State Board of Cosmetology that was requiring me to go to school and get a 1,500-hour cosmetology license, which would have taken a year and a half. And at the time, I was working full-time, so that wasn't optional to quit my job and just go to cosmetology school because they didn't have night courses, as well as financially, it would have cost me at the time $10,000 to $20,000.
That's crazy.
And yeah, and also I'll just add on top of the craziness, I would not learn anything about hair braiding.
Right, right. So when did this happen? Like what year did this take place?
So this started around 1994.
Okay, wow. So do you feel, so Mississippi, living down here in South Florida, like there's a perception, there's a historical past with Mississippi as far as slavery, segregation, and how they treat Black people in a sense. Do you feel like it was racially driven?
I do believe that there was a racial aspect to it, but even more, well, I won't say more, but in addition, definitely an economic aspect to it.
Wow. And you had to get like a lobbyist involved to help fight the fight.
Yes. Oh, I partnered with the Institute for Justice, known as IJ. And I'm really thankful for them because even though I did believe in what I was doing and I wanted to do it, just being real financially, I would not have been able to afford it.
Yeah.
And also just, having to take off, close my business, take off from my business, and become a full-time lobbyist.
Wow, but you persevered, and it's 2024, and you're still standing strong.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Simona Brown, who plays you in Freedom Hair. Simona.
Hi.
I love your braids, first of all.
Thank you. I love your hair, first of all.
Thank you. So they always say that we're not our hair.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
No, I don't believe that. I feel like, especially in like the Black community, like across the Black diaspora, like our hair, like I feel like we express ourselves through our hair, like all the way back to like ancient African culture, like the styles that we did, like part of like celebrations and certain like, I don't know, like gatherings and things like that. I think that it's like a really deep and spiritual, like cultural thing. Like I watched a short film that was here last year, Chidera, and like, like there's a belief in like certain Yoruba cultures that like locks and like natural hair, like it's like a spiritual thing, and I think if our hair like grows towards the sun, like I think that we should be respecting it for sure.
Our hair grows tall, not long. Right? Yeah. So there's a scene in the film, and it's in the salon, and you're washing someone's hair. And so why is the salon so sacred to our community? Why is it like, why at that place do we purge and tell our secrets and get advice from the hairstylist?
I think it's just like, especially I think for a lot of people, like we're always running, we're always on the go, and like to let someone pamper you and like give you a scalp massage and like putting a bit of like rosemary oil on the roots and putting that raw shea butter from Ghana in your hair, like it's just like an opportunity to just like take care of yourself and to pamper yourself and like let someone love on you, and literally the strands that grow out of your head. Like, I think that, like, I don't, if you're not going to loosen up in that environment, I don't know, like,
yeah,
maybe therapy.
Yeah. I mean, and now they're out for wine nowadays in a salon.
I know,
right?
wine and tea and like little biscuits, like, it's lovely.
Everything, yeah. So now again, as far as the character, Melony, do you know how to braid in real life? Like, did you have to like learn how to braid or how to twist and certain things for this role?
Well, no, I could not braid. I'm like, I was one of those girls that was just like, Mummy, please help me. Always, like my whole life. Yeah, my mum's got strong arms because of it. And then, yeah, the film came and I was like, there's going to be a time when I'm going to need to do some cornrows and I'm going to make it work. So, yeah, I did
like a
actually.
stunt double hand? Like a stunt
No, those were my hands. Like, I practiced. And funnily enough, like, it's been like nearly 2 years since we shot it.
Okay.
Like, I actually did this style myself.
Oh,
yes. I had a trip to Jamaica coming up, and I was like, ooh, like, of course, I left it to the last minute, and I was like, I don't have my braiding lady. And then I was like, you know what? On this here day, I'm gonna do my hair myself, and I did not just like twist myself. And I don't think I would have done it like had I not like had to prove myself.
Yeah. You did a good job.
Yeah, thank you.
So as far as when you were fighting the fight, did your customers know about it? Like, were they in it with you? Were they angry? Like, what were they doing when they heard about your story?
Yes, absolutely. So I had support from my clients. There were many people who really didn't understand the fight. Some of them, believe it or not, thought it was about money. And I was thinking, really? Yeah. But this was, the more I talked about it, the more I talked about the reason I was doing it was because first of all, it was not right. Like, just think about it. The government was requiring that we have a license to do our own hair.
Yeah.
And how ridiculous was that? So I talked about it, and I think, knowledge is power. So the more my customers learned about it, the more they understood, and it made people furious.
Yeah.
And
there's also another layer. So doing hair is doing hair, but there's also the financial aspect of it. You have to be certified. You have to have a permit. So, like, from the outside looking in, I have no idea how that part works, but I'm sure it's pretty complicated, and there's like a whole process behind the scenes in order to open up your salon and to get going. So what is the ultimate message you want this film to leave behind?
The ultimate message I want to leave behind is many times when you're your weakest, because I felt a lot of times I was at my weakest or at my lowest, but that's the time where strength really kicks in. And so if you really believe in something, but it just feels like, the whole world is against you, if you will persevere, if you will persist, you will succeed. So I live by the motto, persist until you succeed, because success is coming.
It's coming. And Simona, there's a scene where you were walking with the books in your hand. It was raining, and then you bumped into this guy, and then he was helping you, and your hair was all wet and everything. And you asked him a question about hair. I forgot the question, but I think you said, like, do you like black hair or natural hair? Was that the question you had asked him? I think he's like your future. He turned out to be your boyfriend or husband eventually.
Yeah. I think I asked him about like the importance of like natural hair.
Yeah.
Like, what does hair mean to you, kind of thing.
And his answer kind of threw you off.
And he just flirted with me instead. He didn't really answer the question.
Yeah.
He mentioned something about toes and
something else. Cool. So how important is it for a woman's partner, boyfriend, or husband to be supportive of her natural hair journey and to embrace wearing her crown publicly and not hide it all the time under wigs or braids and so forth? Like, how important is that part?
Oh, it's hugely important. Like, yeah, for sure. Like, I have stopped dating people for that exact reason. Okay. Like, yeah, I definitely think like I think it's a form of like, if you can't love the textures on my head, like as it grows out of my scalp, like I think that that's a question. That's something that they should ponder with their therapist about. Like, I think definitely, like, it's a form of like it's loving yourself, you know. And if you can't appreciate like your partner in their natural form, then I don't know. I think. Yeah, I think maybe some bell hooks.
It's not a good start. Like, yeah, it's not a good start. Yes.
Read some books.
Right.
Some books,
so how can we watch it? When does it premiere? How can we tune in?
So right now we are on a film festival tour, and but there has been distribution located, and all I can say right now is that it will be released early fall.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We need more of these stories. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's great to meet you both.
Lovely to meet
Love your braids. Keep fighting the fight for us to embrace our natural hair and just, yeah, that we need to love ourselves, love our hair, you know. There's a perception within society that long hair is pretty hair, you know, but this is how we are. This is how our hair grows. It grows upwards, and it's beautiful. It's our crown. So, and I want to give a shout out to the Crown Act as well. I don't know if you heard about the Crown Act.
Oh, yes.
But they're such an advocate for just Black people rocking their locks and their fros and so forth. And now with your story, it's going to be even more powerful. So, thank you again.
Thank you.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to tune in.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.